What's happening?
Yes, Mr. Wallace.
What's happening, bro?
Oh, mate. It's such a pleasure to see your face on my live.
Fucking knackered. Thanks for having me, man. Cheers.
Welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. This
Is
is
the
a platform.
light all right? Can you see me properly?
Yeah. I can see you great. This is a platform I've set up for great coaches like yourself.
Appreciate that,
Come
bro.
on and share your journey. I know you're tired and I know you've had a long day.
Cheers.
So I really appreciate you jumping
You're
on.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, some questions in, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. So for anyone that does not know this man, he is a notorious influencer, amateur and professional boxing coach. He's recognized in the social media space for his coaching, and he's one of the great personalities of the fight game. He's notoriously known for some of his savage training sessions, and we're going to come on to that.
Cool.
So what do you expect from your fighters, Mr. Wallace? The first day they walk into the gym, what is the minimum you expect?
Heart. And just to be able to not give up, it's important. You know, I like to take people on. It's like a family thing with me. I've got a lot of love to give. I try and lead with love. So it's not about, you know, I basically take people on a journey. We have to do it together, you know. So, you know, we have to be like a family. It's got to be like that, you know, because I lead with my heart. Do you know what I mean? It's important to me that we're together in it. So when someone's out there, sometimes I get too emotional, and I do, and you know, can upset people. I was going to say, I shout a lot in the ring as well because actually, I feel like I'm in there with them. You know, I lose. Sometimes I lose control. Sometimes, not in a good way, but you know, I just sometimes it just takes over me. You know, I want to win. It's not just I want to win. It's not so much I want to win. I want the best out of my guy, and as long as they do the best they can do, regardless of the result, I'm happy because if I know that we haven't done enough or something has been left out or whatnot, that's where it affects me a lot because I do take a lot. I do take a lot home with me with this job, you know, and it gets emotional. But you know, there is some good times. It's very rewarding helping people as well. I like to help others, you know, and yeah. But like I said, as long as we do the best we can together, we get through it.
People don't see that side of you. You know how much you actually help benefit people's lives.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, we only see this. Right?
We're gonna shut them up. Don't cut me out.
How many times have you seen a man on your gym floor looking like this?
Honestly, daily basis. Daily basis. I won't lie to you, Gunman. I do get some enjoyment out of it. Like, I do. But I know it's kind of a sick thing to say. I love terrorising people, but I know it's for the greater good. I know we're getting somewhere. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, so you tuck me up, ain't you?
It's like you don't believe they've done any hard work unless they're like that.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. I do like to break people down, but then rebuild them. You know, so I do my best. I break people down.
Yeah, you do.
Make them believe in themselves as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would come and have a session with you, but when I see that, it makes me just think, no, I'm all right, actually.
I'll go easy on you, I promise.
I bet you said that to Ben Knight.
No, I actually told him I was going to kill him. Told him the truth, straight up.
Oh,
I'll go easy on you.
Yeah. Because how much, you know, because it looks like you're very, very much a fitness-based coach. How much fitness versus technique do you train your guys?
Depending what they want, I have different clientele, but for fighting, it's very important. I believe you can be the greatest fighter on earth. If you ain't got the petrol tank to back it up, you ain't gonna get. You're gonna get found out sooner or later.
Agreed.
So yeah, I always find a weight that we need to be at, and I'm strict with that shit because fight. You know, you got it. I don't like calling it fighting. I try not to. Boxing, it's a discipline, and I think you need to be as fit as you to achieve the best results in yourself. You need to be the fittest you can possibly be at the weight that you're fighting at.
Yes, spot on.
That's all round. That's in here, in your heart, your muscle work, your core, and your cardio, high intensity cardio. Remember, I learn a lot from others. You know, I've learned a lot on the way. You know, and there's a lot of people that I take my hat off to. I listen and learn every day, but we're not marathon runners. We're sprinters. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so anyone who's in the chat, feel free to fire any questions into the great
with,
man.
within reason.
Yeah, within reason. If you're not following him, make sure you are following this guy. He's one of the great personalities in the fight game. Make sure you're following the gunman. Let's support each other. Some great interviews coming up as well. So make sure that you're following both of us and following our journeys. Let's keep tracking these great people. So would you say, James, do you train every fighter differently? Do you work
Absolutely.
out?
Absolutely, everyone's different. Everyone comes from different backgrounds, different walk of life, you know. And what I do look at is everyone's got strengths and weaknesses. No one comes in perfect. There's no one, you know. That goes with people. Some people just don't want to fight. I don't just teach people that. I teach people training. You know, I take people through technical. I'm very strict with the technical side of things, you know, because if things are done correctly from the beginning, there's less mistakes made. So I usually pull people apart when they come to me, and I will correct certain areas of their stuff, which I've done a lot of learning myself to get to that point. You know, more than likely, a lot of the times when the punches have been thrown incorrectly, it usually 99% of the time is coming from the feet. But like I say, to get you there, like some people need the mental toughness. Some people need to believe in themselves. Some people are looking for a way out, mate. There's a lot of people like, and I know this I go through my own shit. A lot of people come into the fight game or come into the gym because they've got other areas in their life they need working on.
Yeah.
And you know, and I see that as well. I'm good with seeing that stuff because I've gone through a lot in my life and I've suffered certain things that I still work on with myself. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people have underlying issues. And when you can start being open and honest with my people, with my fighters or boxers and people that I work with, you know, it builds up a different kind of relationship, and then we can start we can start hitting things head on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it has to be. We have to have no white elephants in the room. I have to literally get inside you and work with from the inside out, and then I can bring people like I have a way to do this. It took me a lot of learning, a lot of years, but I've always had a way with kind of people, and I see people's struggles. I see a lot of struggling going on in life and a lot in the gym. People come to the gym to master that shit. You know, I think it's good to be honest and open about that stuff, Gunman.
Yeah.
Out there, and then we can work on that stuff. And we can use it. We can harness that shit. And we can fucking use that stuff as a weapon if it's done right.
Do you know what? I'm outside. I've been following you a while. I'm outside looking in, and whilst I see you breaking people, I actually see your sessions as huge therapy for people. I see people with, problems, or people with mental health problems, or people that just want to better their lives. They come in your gym maybe feeling shit, but they leave your gym whilst a little bit broken, but feeling a lot better. And while they're there, they're not thinking about problems at work or I've got a problem with my girlfriend or whatever. They're actually in the zone, you know?
Yeah, that also helps me in turn. You know, we can go there together. Like, you know, a lot of my people that I've worked with, we become, you know, I don't just see people like and see you later, see you next week, and that. I work with people on the outside and stay in touch and try and help people throughout. I'm not like if you work with me, whether you're strength and conditioning, whether you're losing weight, whether you've got a fight coming up, you know, you're my pal. I want to bring you into the family. And, you know, sometimes that it can have its down points and good points, but, you know, it has to be like that. Really. That's the way I am. Like,
Having said that, though, how much does it bother you because you've got this family, you mentioned the word family already a couple of times about how your gym should feel. How much does it piss you off when you invest your time into someone who's talented and they don't have the application and they don't turn up and they turn up hungover or stinking of smoke or, not trying and you see they're good?
I don't usually. We all go through that, mate. I've been not the greatest person in my life to deal with. Like, I own all my shit. But that happens. I don't like giving up on people when I like. I've got like youngsters that are like my family. They're my blood. I treat them as my family. They always will be, regardless. And they become friends. And regardless of what goes on in there, it takes a lot for me to push someone away. And sometimes, you know, some people, you get the people that are hungry that just they get on it and just get on with it like this and just train. You don't have to worry. And there's some you have to coach through this shit.
Does it annoy you though when someone doesn't put application in?
It's frustrating, but then I've got to look at like how I was, you know, and I'll take it back. You know, we've always got to look at ourselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
First own up shit, but if they want it, they want it, and like
Yeah.
otherwise, if it's to do with fighting, if it's to do with boxing, it's something I care about. I'll get the best out of them. Like when I get a job, I like to get the job done. Yeah, I I like to cover all angles and to like I put a lot into it, a lot of time and effort and thinking goes into a lot of thinking. Someone else told me so I'm very respecting the game, a very famous man. He said the most important thing in boxing, and everyone goes footwork, this, fitness. It's not. It's thinking, because if you're not thinking, you're fighting. You know, you must think everything you've learned and do. If you go out there and bam, you're thinking, but you're not thinking, then everything's gone out the window.
Yeah.
Number one.
How much do you think? How much do you study opponents?
A lot, but I also study my people a lot. My people a lot. I do more studying on. You know, I've got certain people that I'm getting ready now. You know, a lot of times people get hold of me and we're underdogs, which I fucking don't give. I don't like that shit. I like being an underdog.
Yeah.
You know, people come to me and there's a few fights that can't be won. I always find that devise a plan. I always see. Sometimes I've actually seen that I've had to turn down a couple of fights before where I can see no way, and I don't want to say that to them, but I can see that there is sometimes it's just there is at that period in time there is no way, but very rarely I always seem to I think there is a way, and I find a weakness in someone. Do you know what I mean?
Now,
and people, as people getting fit in the gym as well, they're putting walls up, bricks, and I know about that because I did it my life, my whole life, and putting walls in the way of you can't do this, you can't do that, this excuse, that excuse, and I'll break them walls down one by one. And
no such word as can't in your gym.
Yeah. And then we do it together. We break through these walls together, and I've achieved a lot of good things with people, and many good things that couldn't be done, and the weight cut and the stuff, and seeing people come alive and it inspires. It keeps me going sometimes. Do you know what I mean? When I see people doing well and I'm bringing them back from the dead and stuff, and people going through mad stuff in their life, and it's very rewarding.
Yeah. I can imagine so. Would you say, so for those that don't know, obviously you've been coaching on, and you really earned your name coaching on Wicked and Bad, Sunday Smoke, Midweek Mayhem, which is now Unhinged. So obviously you're preparing fighters at quite short notice, aren't you? A couple of weeks. So does that mean you don't get to really study the opponents, and it's more about
I've got into that plan kind of that way. Yeah, you don't get to study, but you get to make yourself as good as you can in a short amount of time. And I've devised different ways to do that. I remember I've worked with, in the old days, the ultra white charity boxing when it first started. And I used to, that was a class of like 90 people. So I used to work out, devise an idea. Like, who's for real here? Because you don't want to get to the end of it, be matching fights and people dropping out. So I used to slaughter them. Like, the next session, there used to be half a come back. Yeah, it's none who's fucking for real. Yeah, and I used to work out a way. These guys are most of it's gonna go out the window. So they got 16-ounce gloves and head guard on. So what I used to teach them, the ones I used to do privately, and I've lost a very few.
Yeah,
is get them super fit in this 8 weeks. Yeah, we throw them in the cage and get their head smashed in so they don't flinch and they're used to their defense. Yeah, and then we teach them straight shots and a super guard. Most of the time, with the other guy tire themselves out on the guard, and then I used to just take them apart. So I used to have a plan quickly. There's different. You can get people ready. Styles make fights, as you know. Styles make fights, and when you get a style, certain fights that get a short notice, there's a way to win. Like, and I'll, sometimes you can't teach them too much boxing. It's too much, and it's not going to be used. So you have to just fucking get them as fit as you can and teach them a solid, nice guard, because the guard can win you the fight. Defense is number one. One of them with me.
Yeah, and a jab.
Yeah, of course, the jab, mate.
And the jab, if you don't know your opponent, you haven't had time to study your opponent. Jab.
I work the jab constantly, especially with one of my mentors. Yeah, the jab. But
if you don't know your opponent,
counter shots is essential for me to in this game, like, because once you've got a solid guard and your defense is up and you don't fear the other opponent when you learn how to defend yourself. I believe you should be able to defend yourself or you can give a dig out. Like when you're comfortable in yourself and you're defending yourself and you take that fear away, now you can ease in and then you're sharp. Otherwise, if you're too worried about what's coming back, You know, so I do work on. We work on defense a lot and straight shots and jabs and stuff.
Yeah.
It's essential. Win a fight with a jab, take you around the world. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely. We've got a question from Birchie44. What's your thoughts on Ben's fight?
Well, I'm training him, so that's pretty simple. It's going to be tough.
Has he got an opponent yet?
I can't really talk about that, bro. That's not for me to talk about. But
okay, yeah, no worries. But your thoughts on? But that's a question. So the answer to that question, Birchie44, is
I don't take nothing on. I don't believe that I can win.
Yeah.
But it's a tough one, and I won't admit that. And that's why I'm training him like I call him a prisoner of war. That's what he is now. Ben. That is he's the prisoner of war. He's come down from Birmingham and he's in prison till these fights. He's done me so proud, the kid though. Yeah. He's trying, mate. He come down. He's 121 kilo, very unhealthy. Never been trained properly. We subbed 1.8.5 the other day, so 1.9. It's been.
Wow, mate! I see you work.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's the enjoyment I've had of slaughtering him. I do get some serious. You get some pleasure out of it. It's all real that I've done. Well, not me. The social media person does it for me. I wouldn't know where.
I think he's in. I think he's in here. I'll get him in a bit. We'll get him in a bit. Ben, if you're in here, just request to join, and we'll jump you in, and we'll talk about your training with the great man. We've got the Boxing Life coach, great coach. He's saying, great interview this is. Wallace is a man, an amazing coach.
Thank you. Tell him, mate, I've got a lot of respect for that kid. He's built up his stuff.
Yeah.
I used to coach him, teach him, but he's doing his thing now, and he's from nothing. He's built up his deal. He's got his book out and that.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah,
he's written also, who are your favourite 3 boxers and why, past and present? That's from the Boxing Life coach. Who are your favourite 3 boxers?
Pardon, say that again?
He's asking who are your favourite 3 boxers and why.
Why is he putting me on the spot for? Tell him to text me after. He's got my number.
I love Ben Knights.
Tyson's always going to be one. The real Tyson, that is. Mike Tyson, without a doubt. Just no talking, no fucking about it. Take your head off in the day. But there's a couple. There's a couple of the reasons I like. Like, people don't agree with me. I've got a lot. See, I couldn't pick 3, if I'm honest with you.
Oh, it's hard, isn't it?
Tyson always go with, like, but in them days, back in them 80s days, that's what that was the best of boxing in my world.
Ben Knights says here, join in a couple of minutes. So when you're ready, Ben, you request us. I want to hear firsthand what this man's training is like. I've got another question I want to ask you. Do you advise your fighters to watch their opponents?
Yeah, we do. We've been studying a lot. We do.
You let them watch it, because sometimes
what I do is I study a lot. I do, but what I do, I don't just go off my own. I've got people that I work with that I trust, and I've got people I look up to. I've got like the famous Chris Ocker, boxer. Me and work together. He helped me get my pro license. Now, love that guy. Now, there's other people that have helped me along the way, but speaking in particular of him, he's the jab king, and he helped me get the my pro license and stuff. You know, believed in me, but we always on the same page. So when I've got something important coming up, I've got my friend Danny Beaver as well, another one of my partners. We do the amateurs together and stuff. And, you know, I believe that's why I called it. It's very important. I was thinking I called it team JW training because it's better with a team. Who the fuck am I to just make decisions on? I like to get that, you know, and it usually is we're all on the same page, but with 6 eyes is better than fucking, or 10 eyes is better than 2 eyes.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Defo.
But I do like things my way. I ain't going to lie, do you know what I mean? But I like to have people that understand. But sometimes you need to be saying, like, what about this bit? And, you know, it's just better having a team. So Ben will tell you when he's come on, I've put him with other people that we're all on the same page, we're all working on the same thing, you know. And he's got weight trainers, he's got like all sorts of strength and conditioning guys. He's got me, he's got my friend Dan that's done a bit with him. Chris Ocko's now doing a couple a week with him, and we're all on the same page. He's got a dream team, mate. If he's got a big fucking chance of he's a tough fight. I won't lie to you, but if it can be done,
he's looking a lot improved. When I just saw the last few vids of him, he's looking a lot improved.
He will be, mate. He's been, like I said, he ain't been at that leave. He was on a most miserable diet you could known to man.
Yeah,
suffering. Now his stomach shrunk. He got down his way. I'm forcing him to eat now. fucking shouting at him because he's not fucking eating what he's told. I need to bang on. What I'm doing now is I'm rebuilding him with his strength.
Yeah.
So I had to cut the shit away and now rebuild him. And it was the thing with Ben is a whole new life for him. You know, he can do things like he's fitter than me. He's left me for dead. And he can bang out 50 press ups quite easily. Like he's
That's
dead.
great to see.
Like,
now talking about
5K in 26 minutes. You know what I mean?
Talking about fitter than you.
No, I'm not that fit. Yeah, I'm a strong guy.
I think what the guys want to know is, because listen, you're telling a lie here because I've got the evidence. Now look at this.
No,
how do I get a body like that?
I'll tell you what it is. I'll be honest with you. There's more that I can do.
You're telling porky pies to me there, James.
I'm strong. Like I said, my core is second to none.
Mate, look at that.
I've been better than that.
Look at that.
My all right, it's enough, gentlemen. All this ego, mate.
They say black don't crack. They say black don't crack. But I mean,
I'll be honest with you, my cardio could improve like a lot, but I do a lot of pads, so that's my excuse. I ain't got to really use it anymore, but I'm strong for my size and my core is very strong, and I maintain that. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, you look like $1 million.
Well, thanks very much, but I don't feel like it after time. I feel like shit some of the time, you know, and I'm aching and I feel old. So yeah,
come on in,
maybe I'm looking good.
Ben, come on in. We want to hear what firsthand what it's like. How's your training been with this guy? Come and jump in, Ben. Ben's saying he's almost as ripped as you're almost as ripped as him. He's saying
yes, close.
So I just wanted to know a little bit more about you as a background. So how did you get into your boxing yourself then, James? Like, were you born to fight, or did you just start learning to fight and get into it?
My life was, complicated. So I'm not going to cut into too much detail.
No, tell us what you wanted.
I wasn't born to fight, but I was up to no. It's kind of got me out of trouble, kind of thing. So I changed life. I was fighting a lot when I was younger. I hate all that shit now. And I teach people to box, not so they don't have to fight, so they can have discipline and management and heart. And I struggled a lot in my younger years and stuff like that. And when I changed my life, which I spoke to you in private about, when I changed myself around, which has still been ongoing. It's ongoing work. I have to work on myself and keep an eye on my behaviours and stuff. And I make mistakes. I fuck up. I'm first to say it. But what I do is I keep pushing forward. Yeah, keep pushing forward. And I turned into boxing because of it was there. It used to keep me kind of alive, boxing kind of thing. And I'd been around it my whole life. And then when I went into the game, I left a life that was totally different than this behind. And I could do good. It's like I was put there by God. And I know people don't. Like I have to follow a faith today, and I follow my path and try and do the next right thing. And I fuck up, and I have made mistakes along the way, but I do the best I can.
That's beautiful, man.
But
love that.
It gives me a new life, and to do that, heavy is ugly bastard.
Yes, Ben. Nice.
Oh, boy.
How you doing, Ben?
Yes, bro. I'm good. How are you, bro?
I'm great, mate. It's good to have you on the live again. Look, actually, what I wanted to say was look over Wallace's left shoulder. Look up there in the corner. Look at that bear. You wouldn't believe this is your coach.
That's my teddy bear. What are you saying?
He forgot to take it down, didn't he?
No. I'm surrounded by this one as well. Look at this motherfucker.
Ben,
yes.
I just wanted to bring you in on this. I'm really glad that you came on, actually, because I've been tracking your progress. As you know, I track fighters and I run Insta lives with fighters, and I wanted to know what this man has done for you and how are you finding training under this great personality in the game.
Bro, he's changed my life, bro. If I'm honest with you, bro, I've come down. Like I said, I was very unhealthy, bro. I just never been properly trained. Just like to get in there and fight. But now, I'm a totally different man, bro. Like even James has got me helping some of the other lads out. If you said that 5 weeks ago, bro, I could barely walk up the stairs without getting tired.
But you're moving so well now, Ben. I just saw. I'm always tracking fighters. As I said, I stalk good fighters. That's what I do. And I've seen you moving now, and you're moving like completely differently.
Yeah.
Completely differently. Your footwork is so much better. You actually, for a big guy, you're moving and gliding across the canvas and cutting down the ring better than I've seen you. Are you how are you feeling? Are you feeling that way? Are you feeling like you're moving better and now
Oh yeah,
things have changed?
bro, way fitter. Like, yeah, like I said, I'm used to fighting 3-2s, and the fight that's coming up is a lot more than that. I weren't gonna get away with just laying in my bed and turning up for this one. I wouldn't get away with it, but yeah, I'm feeling fitter than I ever have, and very confident as well.
I tell you what, Ben, it's a remarkable game when someone can do this to you and you're actually thanking them. Right? When someone does that to you and you're actually telling us how much you like him.
I didn't say I was enjoying it.
No. Mate, have you seen it? Can you hear the way he's talking? He's had his nose broke about 4 times. I tell you, in the first month, I asked him earlier, how many times do you think you've been dropped? I've been putting him against a lot of my good fighters, people I know. He's been down on the floor. We were trying to count it. Probably about 70 times he's been dropped. No fucking about it. I said to him, you're going to have to go through hell if you want to.
He's marked up. He's like, he's on the floor like that.
The other day, he was in bits. He's bleeding. I said, Ben, because he's moved in. He had to move in with me, certain reasons. So his blood down the toilet. I said, fucking flush the toilet, Ben. He's always bleeding. He's nose he can't breathe out. He's fucked. He's there. And I said, how much do you want this? But I'll give it to him. He's turned some massive corners. What he's done. I mean, he can do 400 reps of core in under 5 minutes now, straight flat.
Wow.
That's what I did. Yeah, 400, 100 of each exercise. 100 crunch, 100 rushing twist with 20 kilo. Now,
I remember the day. I remember Ben posted the first day. He posted the first day. I felt sorry for him.
I really enjoyed that day. I must say,
I felt sorry for myself.
I felt sorry for you, Ben. I actually thought you won't last. He's not going to last.
He was, mate. That's the thing. This is what a winner. This is what winning's made of. Doing it right now. You have to win you win inside the gym. That winning's done.
So quickly after that first day, the fight with Ginge from the Shard was cancelled. Why was that?
Because now I'm under contract, obviously, with Misfits, so I won't be able to fight on any other platform.
So it was purely for exclusivity that you weren't allowed to take that fight.
Yeah. Obviously, I spoke to Ginge. Me and Ginge get along well, and he's good, you know. Like, Ginge is a great man. I'm sure he'll go smash it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Big up to everyone in the comments. I see you all. But yeah, literally, the fitness is crazy. Like, I remember the first 4 weeks, you can ask James yourself, like, every time I'd train, I'd tell him, I can't do it. I've been watching, mate.
I've been watching.
That was the main thing that had come out my mouth. And I bet you can ask him now. I bet that don't come out my mouth now.
No, which is pointless. It's a waste of energy because I'm going to make him do it anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just get on with it. I don't even like him making this noise. We've got to this. He goes, and that frustration noise, that's got to go. I said, you're letting people know you're tired, you're angry, and we don't let away. We keep it poke face. We don't let no one know what you're thinking, Ben. Like, slowly but surely, I'm getting out of him as well. It's a defense mechanism, needs to go. We don't want to give nothing away. So I'm very brutally strict. This is a chance of a lifetime for him, and he deserves it. He's a good kid.
You deserve it, Ben. You absolutely deserve it. And I think I posted to you.
Have you seen his nose? How bent it is, though?
He might not remember, but I said to him, he's on a kill streak. Isn't it, Ben? He was on a kill streak before then.
Like, people don't understand when they're watching, like, 90% of these fights is me just getting up after a kebab and going and swinging it with them. I never trained. I just didn't really, it's just, I enjoy fighting, bro, but I'd never enjoyed the fitness side to it. I'd never want to do it. But obviously, for this fight, when it gets announced, you'll all see why I ain't going to get away with it. It is a tough fight, like James said, but I know I'm going to win this fight.
No, you're looking great, and it's really great to see the positive comments going in. By the way, there's no one being negative. There's, and I love to see that. I never really get that on here, on this show.
Spoke too soon, mate.
He must be talking about you there for sure.
Yeah, he must be talking about me.
He's talking about you, gun man.
He must be talking about me, mate. It'd be about me.
Haters are just don't
yeah, but no, I'm happy to be a nerd. No, but generally the positivity's been absolutely fantastic. Quick question for James Wallace, though. James, what's your proudest moment as a coach?
I've got a lot. I've got a lot.
You've got to choose one.
I wouldn't be able to pluck one out. Helping the littlest kids with that suffer with loads of different things. I ain't going to go and talk about certain people's business, but I help a lot of kids out. You know, come to me, parents bring their kids to me, and I love to. I can relate to them because I've been there, helping. You know, I've won a lot of shit, but you know, just a lot of helping people when I see change people's lives. That helps. A lot of things. You know, I can get the same enjoyment for going to win Misfits as I would helping a fucking 7-year-old who's struggling at school or a 9-year-old that's struggling in certain areas. You know what I mean? They just make me feel the same.
Ben, what's the worst part of this man's training?
Oh, like, I don't
all of it.
I don't want to know about
when you're training tomorrow, yeah?
I don't want to know
Be
about
nice, son. Be honest.
He just did a big side, didn't he? God, what's the worst part of his training, Ben? You can only choose one thing.
Oh, it's got to be the calls. It's got to be the calls. He'll call me up. You better have fucking eaten this. You better.
The calls. I was thinking. What sort of method is that then? The phone calls.
Threatening words and behaviour method.
That's actually brilliant.
No, it's good. Like you trust me, you ain't cutting no corners. You ain't getting away with it.
You ain't getting away with it.
Nah.
Mr. Wallace, is this man on my right? Is he a good listener?
He's been taught to be, but at the start, he is now. Yeah, he's become more than just someone I train. He's family. That's how I told you to me. So that's it. So yeah, he's a good kid. 1 second, he's a good kid.
Yeah. And Ben, from your point of view, how's the sparring going? Who's the hardest? Who's the hardest sparring that you've been in with under Mr. Wallace? If you're allowed to say.
Probably my brother Beast. Just give him an idea, kind of time.
Yeah, definitely Beast. Yeah, he's fucking ruthless.
He had another nasty experience with another one of my good friends of mine. He comes down. He's a lovely guy though. Lee Cooks. He said, goes,
these man ain't jokes, bro. Trust me, but it's the only way you're gonna learn is getting a beating.
I take him to different clubs as well, Gunman. So I've got a lot of people respect. A lot.
I was sparring today.
Friends out of clubs, so
150.
Yeah, he took him down to clubs out of his comfort zone, and he's been sparring with amateurs, pros.
Oh, really?
He's getting his arse handed to him. And now today we had someone come down that I brought down, and they was in his level. They would have been tough for him. From Ben, I think. What did you do? Stop him in a second, or third. So you know. This is what I mean. At the beginning, he couldn't understand. Why am I doing it? He's very frustrated with me because all he seemed to do is get an hiding. And I was teaching him that is, if you can get through this. I don't want you going down no more, by the way, Benny. Unless you're knocked out. I said this to him today. So last time you go down, he had to box someone else that's really tough as well after that. So he had to do 2. And he's tired and he's knackered. But from now on, I said, I don't want you going down unless you're knocked out, and I'll be the judge. If you're knocked out, then that's fine. We can live with that. But I don't want you going down because you're hurt or tired. You wait till the bell.
Yeah.
I want him to have that mentality where there's no, you can't put me down unless you knock me out. That's the kind of mentality I want him to have.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Ben, just quickly, I'm conscious of both your time, so I'll wrap it up shortly. But I was just going to say, Ben, what can the fight fans expect different from you in your next performance and your first performance under this man?
Oh, just technically, it's just going to be a lot better, fitness-wise. Just everything, like, you know, I don't know, I feel a lot better as well, like, in everything I do. Like I say, if you had brung that lad who...
He's dropped out.
I think it's the reception. He's down at my flat, so I don't know. His phone died. He's probably stole my charger out of my bedroom.
He's just dropped out, but yeah. Hold on, he's just requested to go back. Let's get him back. He's just dropped out. Don't worry. He's been tapping. He's just coming back on him. I was fucking. You right, mate?
I swiped off. I swiped to the right.
You swiped yourself out.
Yeah. Now what I was saying, like, even today, if you had brought that lad down who I sparred like 150 kg, massive, bro, I probably would have just gone down with the intimidation. You know, I would have got hit and just thought, fuck that. Gone down. Like now, Bro, I'm getting hit with some big shots and I can take heavy hits. And like I say, when I first come, I didn't understand why. I was just taking these beatings from these animals, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? But now, like, it's all coming together now, and fights coming closer and closer.
So how many fights can we expect to see you out this year, the fans? How many fights can we expect to see him out?
He doesn't know.
You're not sure yet?
I couldn't tell you, bro, but as much as possible, bro.
Yeah.
Depends how much they're paying. But yeah.
Yeah. Does what would you say his engine is like now?
Machine, bro.
James. Is his engine up to scratch? He's always been a He's always been a tank. He's always been able to hit hard.
He's
always had heart.
If I'm being honest, we're going to improve on his strength now. That's what we're working on now. But I had to pull him apart and rebuild him. Like, stripped him and fucking tortured him. It's quite enjoyable. But
he loves it, doesn't he?
Now
he loves it.
Now we've cut the weight. Now now this fucking silly fucker is whinging at me because he can't eat. I used to make him for strength and discipline. I used to let him watch me eat.
Yeah.
What he can eat. And he got videos of it. So I used to go eating the nicest thing and let him come in and watch me so he can eat it. I used to really enjoy that too. Now he can eat. I'm trying to get him to eat. His stomach's shrunk, so he needs to. I'm constantly on him. He's got to eat more. So now we're bulking. To bulk, we need to build some more muscle. We need to eat some more grub. You know.
Yeah.
But it's difficult because once the body gets conditioned.
What's the ideal fight weight for Ben?
I don't really want to talk about that now, government at the moment. If possible, I will leave that for a minute. But we're on point.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
Do you have that pasta and that tuna?
Yeah.
But fucking this kid's like, I've had to get him to go shopping and stuff. It's like, remember he's only young. You know what I mean? So I've had to get him to do this, that, and he's like living on his own. Like, So
brilliant.
He's done real well. Like he's fit. His fitness is incredible. Like he couldn't run when I first put him on the run. I thought, fuck me, he couldn't. He stopped about 4 times for 1K. And I was thinking, what the fuck? Like, I'll be honest with you, the fight got changed and fucking, I needed more time, and that's what we was given.
Yeah.
And it's enough time.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I for one, I have to do the work. I can only show people the way. He's done the work for himself. I take nothing away from him.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I for one, I'm always tracking all fighters and I'm seeing your progression, Ben. It's lovely to see, man. I'm always popping the odd comment in here and there. And it's like, mate, you're on a kill streak. He was on a little kill streak, and you've met this man at the right, like almost like it's fate.
We've known Ben. Me and Ben have known each other from Smoke Sunday days from long time.
No, I know, but he's come when you've picked him up, hasn't he? Just won, like, I think 2 or 3 fights on the bounce, all in devastatingly good fashion. I mean, I think one of them was a bit tight, but I think you've just had some good wins anyway and some good momentum. And it just seems good timing that you guys are joining together. I know you've known each other a while, but it seems great timing that, that you're meeting. Sometimes that's fate, isn't it? Sometimes that's fate. But, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you both on. And I really hope I can get you guys on before your first fight when it gets announced, because I know you're not allowed to talk about too much yet, are you? Yeah. When's the next midweek mayhem or unhinged?
I'm not sure about that. That's down to the people, the powers that be that run it. My pal and HS, whenever they give me a nod. So I don't talk about that. It's not to be talked about either. Whenever they say. But yeah, I'm sure you'll find out coming.
I'll find out. Is there anything that you guys want to say to the fight fans, the people that have been supporting you, and without your followers, no one would give 2 hoots about any of us? So is there anything that you want to say to the guys that have been so positive in this group tonight?
I appreciate everyone always. You know what I mean? I do. I couldn't get here without them. And everyone that's positive and bigs people up and looks after people and, wants the best for people. That's the people that I love. You get a lot of these. I don't really get these TikTokers, all these they get some serious bad fucking death and shit. I'm telling you, I see some of the stuff and I'm like, what? I don't really get that. They get some nasty trolling, I swear to God. Like, I couldn't live. It's a different life that they live now, Gunman. This social media kind of life. It's not from where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A good question, actually. A good question, actually. A lot of like amateur fighters, good, solid operators.
Got some great ones at the moment. Me and my
partner.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
My friend Rico, me and Danny, and yeah, we've got some got a couple of good girls in there.
But some of the amateur fighters aren't getting paid, and they aren't getting on main events, and they aren't getting the recognition. How do you feel about influencer boxing?
Do you know what I think? It's difficult for me because there is people out. Do you know what it is? You can say this for this, yeah. We got to move with the times, yeah. Now that's why I do it all, yeah. Because the fact of it is the influencer world is going to be there no matter what. But the fact of it is, you can say it about the pro game now. The pro game, I know amateur fighters better than the fucking pros that are getting paid loads of money. They don't constantly in tickets, bro. They don't know no one.
Yeah.
There's fucking fighters that will never make it because they've got no fucking. They've got no sponsorship or no fucking people that are going to buy 100 tickets a fucking week off them. You know, it's all fucked up. It's all about money and sponsorship and bullshit. And it ain't nice. It ain't a nice game. It ain't a nice world. There's a lot of bad things in it. And if first of all, there is much more skilled people. Remember, this influencer stuff, it's entertainment as well. You got to take that away. People get, you know, amateur boxing. They're quite different level. It's a different level.
Yeah.
Influencer
I'm a boxing purist. Yeah, I'm a boxing purist myself, like you, James. But I also think that you can't sit there as a fighter and moan that someone's making more money than you if you're not calling people out, you're not coming on shows like this, you're not showboating, you're not posting up some training, you need to make shit happen. You can't sit there and say, I'm not getting paid. Oh, Ben Knight is getting paid more than me.
They need me. I just got my power.
The market in general. Exactly. He's right though. He's right though, isn't he? I think
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but your screen's your screen.
It's not
the market in general. Yeah. That's what they need. They need that guy.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, mate. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Well, listen, thanks a lot for your time, guys. I know I'm conscious I've taken 45 minutes of your time, James.
Yes.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I really hope I can get you guys on before Ben's first fight. Ben,
you got my number, bro. Give us a shout.
I will. I'll drop you a call. Ben, stay alive.
I'll do my best.
If he can make it to the fight, he's got a shout.
Get to the fight. Get to the fight, Ben, all right?
Come on, bro. Respect, bro, yeah?
Love you. Yeah, respect. Cheers, Gunman. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Love you guys. Love you guys.
Love you, bye.